What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a very wet and very rainy evening here at Universal Studios Orlando. We were here in the Orlando area earlier today taking care of some business, and we decided to use what little time we had left of the day to come over to Universal Studios and to check out what updates we have for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. As of filming this video, we are just over a week away from opening night, and we are very excited for this year's event. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get an update last week because there wasn't too much news going on last week, but as of today, we have a lot of new props out in the scare zone, so I'm very excited to head on in there and check it out and show you guys what is new. So let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's head on inside. It is just after 7 o'clock in the evening as we are walking inside the park. It closes at 9. So we have about 2 hours. Getting into our very first scare zone over here, the horrors of Halloween. Take a look at this, guys. The Pumpkin Lord's throne has made its way from the Wicked Growth realm of the pumpkin last year and out onto the scare zone streets this year. Holy cow. So as soon as you walk inside the park, the Pumpkin Lord is going to be the very first thing you see up here on top of this pumpkin. And I love the detail that they have over here of the vines circling this Universal Studios sign. This is interesting. And this is a very big box that is behind the Pumpkin Lord's throne as well. It's all camouflage too. We even have a smoke machine down here as well. And yet we're 99% sure that this is gonna be how the Pumpkin Lord gets in and out of his throne area. But wow, this looks awesome, guys. I cannot wait to see this. Also, in case you guys are wondering, the vines and the thorns are completely made of soft, like foamy, rubbery material. It's squishy. So in theory, you could walk right into it and not get hurt. But the pumpkin is definitely made out of a hard material. Let's move on further into the horrors of Halloween scare zone. You can see we have a lot of new updates for this zone. We have a 31 burned into some wood over here as well. That is very interesting. I can imagine a scare actor hiding behind this corner waiting to jump out at people. And take a look at these sets over here. Take a look at this tombstone that's up here. I know it's very backlit and very hard to see, but we have a tombstone that's up here. We have some pumpkins, some bones, of course the vines, and we have some skulls over here as well. Holy moly. They are putting a lot of effort into these zones, and I love it. We even have another little tombstone down here as well. And then leading up to the pumpkins, we have some vines that are growing out of the wood over here. Holy moly. Wow. We have the same thing on the opposite side, some vines leading up to the pumpkins. And then over here on the opposite side, we have another set with a cauldron and a witch's hat. So my theory is that this scare zone is going to be representing a lot of the other scare zones, because further on down inside the park, we have Graveyard, Deadly Unrest. We have Conjure the Dark, which is going to be like a witch's scare zone because we have a cauldron down there. If we move further on down, past all of these other pumpkins, we have a Scarecrow. And then right next door, we have some candy. So yeah, I definitely think that this is just meant to represent all the other scare zones that are going to be here at Halloween Horror Nights 2022. But look at this. Wow. Some devilishly evil candy. And we have some masquerade masks over here as well. Some more candy, a cleaver, some trick-or-treat bags. Wow. And let's get a closer look at the Scarecrow. If this is what we can expect to see in the Scarecrow zone, holy moly, then we are in for a good time, because that is awesome. And take a look at this as well. Wow. I would cry. If this thing jumped, I would cry. But we have a sickle down here as well. We have some poor crows that are dead. We have a Wicker Man looking thing. And then we have some corn. And right next door, we have a smoke machine as well. Wow. And a little Scarecrow arm. But all of this is just incredible. It looks amazing. So normally we would start our Halloween Horror Nights updates going clockwise around the park. However, because sunlight is so limited on our visit day, we're going to be going counterclockwise, and we are going to make our way from the horrors of Halloween all the way over to Graveyard, Deadly Unrest. Let's go ahead on into the Hollywood section of the park and check out my most anticipated scare zone of the year, Graveyard, Deadly Unrest. Let's take a walk into the Nettlewood Cemetery. And already you can see a lot more detail has been added to this zone. A lot more plants, a lot more vines, moss has been added. And you can tell that it's real moss too because it's dying. They put it on here when it's fresh and then it turns brown. You can see we have a lot more props that have been added with some reeds and some cobwebs. Some statues over here as well. Just look at how many props we have in this scare zone. There's just a lot going on over here. Quite a change from last year where all we had in this zone was platforms and backdrops. Quite a change indeed, and I am loving all of this. Take a look at these mausoleums over here. Wow. This all looks so good. I recognize the effort and I appreciate it. They did such a good job. The last time we were out here, all of these speakers were out and exposed, and now they have been covered up by some more plants. And you can see we have some coverings over here, so we can definitely expect some scare actors to be hiding down here. And you can see we also have a foot pedal. So yeah, definitely gonna be a scare actor doing some jump scaring outside of this prop over here. And over there, we have another fog machine that's hidden by a tree. Good Lord. They are going hard in this scare zone. Yeah, very cleverly hidden fog machine right there. We have another stage that we observed last time with just some more plants and foliage located around it. We have another boo hole right here for a scare actor to pop out of with some more plants and some more speakers. And right on the floor over here, it's another foot pedal. Another tree has been added over here. We observed this particular prop on our last visit, so we don't need to visit it again. And moving on down, we have some more trees. This whole scare zone is just going to be amazing. I have such high hopes for it. Heading on into the Five and Dime, we have all of our new Halloween Horror Nights merchandise. Oh my gosh. This is my first time seeing some of this stuff as it came out last week. But look at that, front and center, the Pumpkin Lord. Holy cow. This is going to be amazing. We have some mugs over here as well. Moving further on down, we have some Halloween Horror Nights 31 merch over here with some of the reusable bags and some cups. I love the overall design and aesthetic of the year. Won't be long now before we're coming face to face with the mummy inside of the Universal Monsters Haunted House. We have some shot glasses over here as well. Some button-ups. Some tumblers. We have some ornaments over here, leggings. A lot of this stuff I already showed you inside of the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store, so I'm not going to go too far into detail, but I did just get paid, and I said on Twitter that I am behind on my merchandise. So I'm gonna do a little bit of shopping. I will see you guys in a little bit. So we're inside the Five and Dime store, and we ran into a super fan, David. How's it going, man?
Everything's been good. We're just checking out the Halloween Horror Nights props. Everything has been good. We're having a good day except for the little rain, but everything's been fun.
Yeah, the rain's a little bit of a letdown, but I'm so happy that I got to meet you, man.
You too.
You were so excited to see me inside the store as I was filming, so I had to get you on video. I'm glad I was able to meet you, brother.
You too.
I will say, I do believe we have a couple more props added to this far end over here, which is very interesting to see. Oh, this is something that's worth pointing out. Right up there, that, my friends, is a strobe light. So it looks like we may be getting some lightning effects in this zone as well. Yeah, we have another strobe light right here. Some more strobe lights down there. Oh yeah. Definitely gonna be getting some lightning. So in our last update video, we saw this truss structure all naked, and now we finally know the name of the nighttime show that we are going to be getting at this year's Halloween Horror Nights. And it is not called Marathon of Mayhem, it is called Ghoulish, a Halloween tale. So wow, I love the overall aesthetic of this. It's got a record cover over here, and then down here we have our show times 9, 10, 11, and 12, so plan accordingly. Also, a lot of people have been speculating that we might be getting 2 different shows because it says side 1 and side 2 over here. Me personally, I don't think we're getting 2 different shows. I think that that's just a specific choice that they made, only because, you know, when you're dealing with a record like this, you have a side 1 and a side 2. So I wouldn't look too much into that, but we'll wait and see when it comes to opening night. So something that I neglected to mention the last time we were here are these food booths. Now, they're not exactly booths, they're kind of built into the Cafe La Bamba building, but they're Dia de los Muertos themed. So holy cow, you can see we have a menu board over here. Nothing quite in there yet, so we will eagerly await what we can buy at this booth. But wow, I love the colors, I love the details. You can see the lights are already on. I love it. And then further back over here, this is just a straight up photo op that's kind of out of the way. So if you guys are looking for a nice Dia de los Muertos photo op, come back over here. They have a working fountain that they just built this facade around. That is awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we are making our way into our 3rd scare zone of Halloween Horror Nights, which is going to be called Scarecrow Cursed Soil. And we don't have too many updates as far as this truss structure goes, which we just recently found out that this is going to be constructed into a barn. They are going to be building a full-fledged barn over here in the Central Park area of Universal Studios. And over here, we have a box with a mount, so it looks like we're going to be getting something massive in this area to welcome us into the zone, which is really cool. I love the wood over here as well. We have some more wood planks that have been set up along the wall over here. So hopefully within the next couple of days, we come to the park and we just find a whole barn in this section of the park. We can see a couple more speakers have been added to the structure over here. We have some speakers down here. We have a Coda who is pretending to be a scare actor. We have our foot pedal down there. Oh dear, not plugged in. What would you have done for sound effects? We have some more wooden planks over here, and as we move down, some more wooden planks over here. That code is telling me is a fence. Thank you very much. The word fence completely escaped my mind. But take a look at this. I wonder what this is going to be used for. Actually, this wood is fake. They're bungees. This wood is fake. Oh, this is gonna be so cool.
I'm gonna forget. There's gonna be fog, there's gonna be lights, I'm gonna forget.
Yep. Definitely be careful when you're walking through over here, because there's gonna be a scare actor in there and he's gonna be reaching his hand out to scare people. Whew. Be aware of that. Holy cow. And then coming along over here, we have another boo hole for another scare actor. Is there a foot pedal in here yet? Nope. No foot pedal in here yet. We have some speakers behind over here, some more wooden fences, the truss structure with all the lights. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm very sorry about that. On this other side over here, we have a wagon. A wagon or carriage. I don't know what you want to call it. But wow, this looks like it would be like, I don't know why this is giving me like a firefighter wagon style vibes. Because it looks like over here, it's something that you would, you know, roll up like a hose or something with. I don't know, that's just the kind of vibes that it's giving me, but there is a massive wagon here. Now this particular structure over here, this door is solid. It's a solid door, so I don't know what's gonna be going on with this over here. And this is solid on the side over here as well. So, I wonder what the function of this is gonna be, but very interesting. And then if you guys get too scared, they have an outhouse over here. So you can take care of whatever kind of business you need. I still find it really funny that I was in Alaska and I literally used an outhouse that looked exactly like this with the moon on the door and everything. It will never not amuse me. And also, something that I just noticed, the claw marks over here. There are claw marks on the door. Very interesting. Yeah, they're massive. This is the first time we're actually getting to see these food booths lit up at night with their color schemes. I love this. I love this a lot. You can see the pumpkin over here. We have the menu board right there as well. The lights look great, and you can see some of these other food booths are lit up as well. This is gonna be awesome. Just be aware, as I said in the last video, that this area can possibly be a choke point because you're gonna have a line going this way, a line going that way. I'm so sorry, I whacked you with that, I'm so sorry. And then we are going to have the line wrapping around the corner from Kids Zone Pizza from everyone trying to get their beloved pizza fries. Here's a look at all the lighting on the Chucky themed booth. At least that's what we're calling it because it looks Chucky themed. Looking across the way into the Fear Factor Theater, where we are going to have Halloween Nightmare Fuel Wildfire. You can see some lights and some fog going on in there. They are definitely doing some rehearsals, getting ready for this year's event. The first night is next Friday, and then they have the employee preview on August 31st, so it's right around the corner, guys. Yep, definitely some rehearsals going on inside the Fear Factor Theater. Wow. Obviously, they can't be pumping the music in too loud or else people will get spoiled for the show. But wow, definitely expect a lot of strobe effects for this show. Here's a look at the giant pumpkin over here right across the way from Men in Black Alien Attack. You can see a bunch of new lighting has been put on it. We have the lighting below the tables, or the counters over here as well. Man, I cannot wait for this booth to open. Right across the way from King's Cross Station, we have our food booths that we covered in our last visit, this time with some new lighting effects. And take a look at that over here, guys. Even the runes have some red lighting on them. I know it's kind of difficult to see, but you can see the runes even have red lights on them as well. Oh man, this is gonna be a great place to hang out. Moving into our second to last scare zone, which is called Conjuring the Dark. Wow, we have a lot of new updates over here. A lot of plants, some trees, very similar to what we're seeing over there in the Graveyard Scare Zone. And take a look at some of these props over here. Some skulls, some antlers. Hey babe, what kind of animal skull is that?
A gorilla.
It's a gorilla skull?
I think.
Yeah, I'd believe it.
Primate.
Man. But either way, a lot of interesting looking props over here. Some more trees. We have some more skull props over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We have some other barrels, some more plants. I like the dragon. That's really cool. Some more skulls over here. Wow. This is gonna be awesome, guys. Let's go ahead and get a little bit closer to the stage. We have a lot more details that have been added, a lot more plants, some rocks down here. We have corn, even more corn that has been planted. And take a look at this, guys. Something gruesome has been covered. Hello. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Something gruesome has been covered up over here, and I cannot wait to see what it is. You can see some plants down here, so whatever it is, it's on a stand and it is gruesome. We also have some covers for these doors over here, so yeah, there's definitely gonna be some kind of witch performance or something going on the stage throughout the night. And as I mentioned in the last video, flame tower. We're gonna be getting flames in the scare zone, and I cannot wait to see how this looks at night. Oh, also, take a look at this. We have a foot pedal over here as well. So, yep, we have several foot pedals. It looks like this foot pedal goes to whatever this prop is. So, it's gonna be interesting. Making our way out of the Conjuring Scare Zone, we have some more barrels. It looks like we have a couple more skulls over here, some baskets. That looks like a saber-toothed tiger, honestly. A little bit of a bird cage, some more human skulls, a cauldron. Man, this scare zone is gonna be awesome. Moving into our very last scare zone called Sweet Revenge. And not too much immediately new upon glancing. However, we do have another potential victim over here right next to the Palace Arcade. Whew, this is gonna be very interesting. This looks like a cart of some kind. It looks like it might be an ice cream cart, something that you can push around. You can kind of see some of the details over here, and it looks like there's something coming on out of it. Some poor unfortunate soul, the victim of the candy mutants that are going to be found in this zone. At least we can assume. But before we get any further into the zone, let's go ahead and check out this very intricately and very well themed food booth over here in Sting Alley. Wow, look at all the purple lighting on the meat down there. And let's walk on in here. Holy moly. This looks awesome. I wonder if this lighting effect is going to be a permanent thing throughout the event. I'm not complaining if it is, because it looks like it's going to be awesome. Moving on back over here. Oh yeah, look at that. We have some fryers over here as well. So we're definitely going to be getting some fried something here. Ooh boy, I cannot wait. Some hand washing stations and some more meats. It all looks so real. They did a really good job with these meats, man. This is gonna be great. And moving a little bit further on down, we have our drink station. Nothing new going on with the drink station other than the added lighting. But man, this is gonna be cool to walk through. All they need is a little bit of fog and they have a perfect little mini scare zone. Another thing I didn't notice is a little display case for food. So they typically do this with like sweet treats with like donuts and stuff. So I'm wondering if we're gonna be getting some donuts or churros or something or another. Either way, it's gonna be fried. So expect to see some food on display. No new updates regarding the Mummy. I know the last time we were here, they were in the middle of team member previews and we haven't gotten anything new since. They were still running team member previews up until the very end of last week and we haven't had anything happen. So we don't know when it's gonna reopen. Supposedly there's some other technical issues that are still persisting, but hopefully we get an update on that soon. No new updates over here. Everything looks the same. We have some more corn, some more foliage, some pumpkins, our poor innocent victim over here. Oh man, this is gonna be a fun scare zone. Since the last time we were here, this side street has come out from refurbishment. It was behind walls for the longest time, and it looks like all the gravel, or not gravel, what in the world? The brickwork over here has gotten a major refurb. It looks really good. And take a look at these food booths. A lot more theming over here as well. A lot of skulls and skeletons. A Green Reaper looking guy over here as well. Wow. Moving further on down, we have a couple of other food booths. This one looks like it's more Dracula themed or vampire. One or the other. We have a coffin down here, a vampire with his wings spread over here looking very menacing. And this last one on the far end looks to be zombie themed. I can only assume it's zombie themed. It has a biohazard infected specimen. Looks to me like a zombie. We have some bloody handprints up here, some eyeballs up there. That's very interesting. And it looks like a possible zombie with a hatchet. Moving on into the largest themed part of the scare zone. Nothing too much new right now. We have a victim that I think was here last time. We also have a fog machine over here, which is always very, very cool to see. And it looks like we have something else that's covered up over here. I believe this is the candy, because I remember we had pictures a couple days ago of just rows and rows of candy over here. I don't know if they've added anything gruesome to this set to make them want to cover it up, or if day guests were just being nerds and wanting to mess with things. But you can see we have some lollipops over here as well. And if we zoom on in, take a look at that. Major Sweets Candy Company. Also, brand new since the last time we were here, take a look at the Tribute Store's new look. It's got a nice orange and black color scheme. It looks old and run down. They have a ticket booth over here. Oh man, this is gonna be cool. I have a lot of high hopes for this. So just underneath the Hollywood Rip Ride rocket, take a look at this. There's a truck over there, and there is a truss structure that has been there for several months. So we don't necessarily think it's Halloween Horror Nights related, even though we do think this truss structure is going to be here for Horror Nights. But I don't know if that truck is Horror Nights related. It's entirely possible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's going to do it from us here at Universal Studios for our second to last Halloween Horror Nights update. As I said, guys, we are just over a week away from opening night, and we have one more update left in us before the official opening night. We are going to do our best to be back here on Wednesday, August 31st, which is going to be team member preview night for our final update, so that we can show you guys what you can expect for this year's event before opening night. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new around here and you want to see more content like this in the future. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.